John Le Cam, at 65 the oldest and most experienced skipper among the 39 solo racers still competing, leads the Vendée Globe, single-handed, non-stop race around the world, as the 10th edition completes its first week at sea, tomorrow Sunday. The 6 times Vendée Globe starter seems to have benefited from radical easterly option, which is allowing him to get south more directly and quicker than his rivals. Racing the newest boat in the fleet, a non-foiling David Raison design, which has modern daggerboards rather than foils, Le Cam took the lead yesterday night, but this evening his option sees him in very light winds making less than 5 knots. The crazy Kiwi, Conrad Coleman, is going even more extreme, even further east, and this evening only 170 miles off Africa's western Sahara coast. Sebastian Simon, Groupe du Breuil, is the best of the main, central group, whilst many of the established favourites are well down the ranking, like Johan Richim, Paprec Arkia, in 34th, and Charlie Dahlin, Massif Saint-Prevoyance, in 26th, as they reposition towards the west where they think the corridor of New Breeze will open, to allow them to get south. And so with 6 days of racing completed, 1,600 nautical miles covered, 2,964 kilometers, and more than a third of the fleet are within a radius of 150 miles. These large areas of light wind are blocking the course at the head of the fleet, and whilst the boats in the west picked up speed, and were making 12 to 14 knots this morning, it proved to be a false dawn and they are slow again today. It was a nice surprise, but really I just try to focus on my race, on making the right decisions. This is a long, long race. We've been racing for 6 days, it's a round-the-world race, and here we are all even, all more or less equal, smiled Sebastian Simon, Groupe du Breuil, this afternoon. We're almost enjoying a complete new start. The speeds are going to yo-yo, explains the race's weather consultant Christian Dumard. They're going to move forward, then stall, then advance, then stop. There will be a lot of changes of pace and maneuvers. It's going to be a very stressful day. Italy's Giancarlo Padot maybe became first Italian skipper ever to lead the Vendée Globe in a transient phase yesterday on his IMOCA Prysmian. It was a nice surprise, but really I just try to focus on my race, on making the right decisions. This is a long, long race, he said. Asked about the Le Cam Optio, he responded, "It's going to be interesting to see if he pulls it off." He continues, "I was lucky to have a wind corridor in the center that allowed me to catch up with the others, but now nothing is decided. We don't know yet if the west option will prove more profitable. If I look rested, it's because I am wearing a mask. I can't say more than that. It's supplied by the Italian Secret Service." The general slowdown also benefits Jinquanshu, Singchain Team Haiku. The Chinese skipper was a long way behind, nearly 500 miles already at one point. But in recent days, the Chinese skipper has regained nearly 200 miles on the head of the fleet. He is enjoying good conditions, 15 knots of wind, no more than 2 meters of sea, and is 290 miles behind the leaders. Further back Sobulch Weirs, New Europe, is gradually emerging from the strong depression and heading to the shelter of the Canary Islands to try and make some kind of repairs to his sail setup if the race turns into a war of nerves. Most of the sailors are doing everything they can to keep their sense of humor intact, Padot jokes.
crazy, these massive clouds, big instability. Benjamin Dutroux is just on the other side of that cloud that I showed you on the other side of the boat. And he's going 20 knots and a lower angle. So it's a bit of lottery because it's a bit hard to foresee where the cloud would be and position yourself. But I jibed then around this cloud because it turned the wind so much. And I hope I'm not going to be too much in the wind shadow of the cloud, but rather get some wind from it. It's a bit hard to tell at the moment. We are so far west that the sunset is already a lot later than in Europe. Sunset behind a big cloud, big rain cloud. Earlier we had dead flat water and I was on the right side of a cloud and I had 25 knots boat speed. On dead flat water, just the swell was there, but not all these little waves. I don't know, they must come from the cloud behind us. The ocean was blue and dead flat earlier. It's a bit grayish. It has been a bit grayish today, but at least we get a nice sunset. Okay, friends at home, miss you. Feeling a little bit alone here today, but Saturday night, what are you doing? Maybe you go out or have dinner with friends. I will call someone for dinner. With this excellent internet connection, that's possible now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting around these clouds and in some more stable air tomorrow. I feel I'm not that far away from some of the others, so I hope I see some others on AAS later. Cheers!
C'est très très mou ce soir et moi je viens de passer 2 heures à remettre toutes les choses en place que j'avais perdues en mer. Bah, j'ai pas pu remettre les mêmes, hein, sans doute, mais tout remettre mes attaches d'enrouloir. À l'avant, ça m'a pris 2 heures parce que j'ai essayé de pas faire de bêtises, pas rien faire tomber dans l'eau. Et c'est une bonne chose de fait. Et j'ai encore quelques petits boulots à faire là-bas pour avoir à nouveau de quoi mettre 2 voiles à l'avant. Mais du coup, je vais changer de position parce que je veux pas qu'il m'arrive la même chose. Et en fait, il y a un bout qui frottait sur un autre et ça a pété en quelques heures seulement, en 5-6 heures. Donc voilà, et regardez, il n'y a pas beaucoup de vent, mais c'est très joli, très belle lumière à bord de l'Occitane. C'est très sympa.
Bonjour les amis, ça manœuvre fort sur Bureau-Vallée. Il y a du match avec, je sais pas si vous le voyez, Johan là-bas, juste là, Jérém. J'ai fait un mauvais choix de voile depuis ce matin. Donc ça n'a pas arrangé mes affaires hein, au niveau de la petite régate qu'on a tous les trois là. Puis, vous voyez, le ciel est encore bien chargé, donc ça, tous ces grains là, ça fait des vents hyper pas variables. Puis là, bah, je suis venu à l'avant avec le téléphone pour filmer ça là. Je sais pas si vous... Bon, ça c'est la voile que je viens de ranger, mais cette sensation où le bateau vole, quoi. C'est dingue. C'est fabuleux. C'est des bateaux de dingue. On est au Porto, quoi. D'habitude, on enfourne, on pousse de l'eau. Là, on vole. C'est fabuleux. Fabuleux. C'est ça que je voulais vous montrer. On est à peine mouillé. Sur des petits embruns forcément, mais regardez ça. C'est au ras du pont. Moi, je suis pas Spielberg, hein. J'essaie de vous montrer quand même. Allez, à plus tard. Merci de suivre cette aventure.
Eh bien bonjour à tous, c'est samedi matin à bord du hublot et ça baigne. Voilà, on est actuellement 4e, pas mal quand même, de ce Vendée Globe 2024. Alors autant dire que bon, il y a le positionnement sur l'eau, hein, mais ça fait quand même du bien. Ça fait du bien, faut le dire. Voilà, hein, avec mon beau bateau. Là. Ah, bon, on est bien remonté, ça fait plaisir. Là, tout fait plaisir. Là, c'est le moment. C'est peut-être la seule fois dans ta vie que tu peux faire ça. Donc autant le faire. Faut pas s'en priver. Wouh, c'est beau, c'est pas mal. Bon, ça, c'est pas très fort. Hein, on peut pas dire que ça soit la bastos. Mais bon, voilà, le bateau va bien, le bonhomme est crevé, mais ça va. Putain, on est 4e quoi, c'est bon ça. Faudra pas regarder le prochain classement parce que les autres ont chopé de l'air, mais quand même, ça c'est bon ça. Voilà, ça c'est pour toute l'équipe, tous ceux qui ont cru en ce beau projet. Voilà, après un départ pas si mal, mais une option pas terrible à un moment. On est là, on est de retour. Comme dirait sœur Alex, the boss is back. Et ben nous c'est, on est à l'heure pour la pétole. Allez, à plus.